Hello, my name is Marjorie Frere. I'm General Manager of International Relocation Partner. And today, this live is auspiciated by International Relocation Partner Academy. I am very happy because today we have a guest. We have been working together since 10 or 12 years from now. And well, it's been like uh, a good experience to work with him. So we have an important topic today for all our expat community that is moving to Nicaragua. So I would like to introduce Paul Tiffer. He will help us to understand some challenge that expats face when they are applying to the residency in Nicaragua. So, Paul, please introduce yourself. That let us know what you do and how you can help our community with the service you give.
Thank you, Marjorie. Well, I have been working as a lawyer for 24 years, 25 years actually, and more than 20, I have been assisting foreign people who comes to Nicaragua to relocate, to open business, to return. So there are a lot of people who are coming every day. So there are a lot of experience, there are a lot of work to do, and well, we help them.
Yeah, that's how we met, right? He was like
Right.
one part of the service, helping some clients to get the residency, and then some of those clients wanted to ship their household goods. So he Hultifer used to refer those clients to us, and we are so grateful for that. So Paul, when you are like assisting or helping those clients, what challenge they face when they're applying to the residency in Nicaragua?
Well, first of all, the most important is to determine what kind of residency they are able to apply. Okay, there are several categories that the law say for people who are going to live in Nicaragua, especially to apply for residency. So the most popular, the most common are two: residency as a retiree and residency as a foreign investors. Retirees residency is a specific category that can be received for two kinds of people: those who receive a pension, could be private or from the government, okay, and if this person is able to prove that that pension is more than $1,000 per month, they can qualify as a retiree. There is another subcategory in the same law for people who has investments. The most common, the most easy to explain is annuity. Okay, if somebody has an investment with a corporation and that corporation is going to return more than $1,250 per month. It could be per year in total. Okay, but if it could be monthly or in a year. Therefore, these people who is able to prove that they are receiving that amount of money for the next 5 years, they will be considered rentista, is the word in Spanish. Rentier is a word that we use in English for this kind of people. Both has the opportunity to invite or support their spouse or any dependent. So they have to prove $150 more or additionally. Therefore, for a retiree who receives $1,150, okay, or a rentier who receives $1,400, it's easy to apply for this kind of residency. This kind of residency receive also some tax exonerations, and probably that is why we met years ago, And all my clients have been very happy, satisfied working with you
Thank you.
because they received exoneration to bring a vehicle, to import a vehicle in Nicaragua, and to exonerate the household goods. So this is one category. Okay, let's say retirees for both. The other category is for people who comes to Nicaragua and run a business and invest money in Nicaragua. If they invest more than $30,000 in a business, in something that produce money, okay, they will be able to apply as a foreign investors. It is very important to be clear to know that the purchase of a house is not good enough unless that house is for business purposes. For example,
Okay.
Airbnb, or is going to be a hotel, or is going to be a bed and breakfast, etc. So that these two categories are the most popular. There are some others, as a businessman, okay, person who comes to Nicaragua and he doesn't or she doesn't invest that amount of money, that's $30,000. He can invest less amount of money, but will be able to apply for a provisional residency. And let me stop here. The first two, foreign investors and retirees, is a residency that the government consider as a permanent residency, which lasts 5 years. Okay. The other
Okay.
is a provisional residency, and it lasts 1 year. The renewal is not complicated, okay, and it is possible, of course, and a lot of people is doing every year. Therefore, this is the most important part, determining what kind of residency the person is going to apply. This is the this is very important to know it. The most important part, when you know what kind of residency are you going to apply, is to collect your documents. So the most important documents are the birth certificate from the country of origin, a police record, which at this moment is acceptable from his country of origin, or an Interpol certificate in Nicaragua. A health certificate can be also obtained in Nicaragua, or it could be from his country of origin. And also, in some cases, marriage license, and for the retirees, the pension letter. Okay, if it's a rentier, he have to prove, or she has to prove, okay, with a letter from the corporation which is handle the money, that he's going to receive that amount of money for the next 5 years.
So it is difficult or easy to get all those documents in order to submit the residency, or to get those documents right now it is being a challenge.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. My question was that if was difficult or not to collect all those documents, or people face issues and challenges while they are collecting all those documents.
Okay, in theory, it's not difficult because the birth certificate can be obtained in a civil record in his city, on his country, okay, when he was registered. Okay, the most important part is to legalize that document to bring it to Nicaragua. So
Okay.
those are foreigners' documents, okay, in his language. Let's say, for example, that is from Canada or from the United States. Okay, so those documents are going to be in English. So,
Mhm.
and that document will be issued in his country or her country. That document have to be legalized in the United States and in some European countries, it's very easy to legalize it because they are part of the Hague Convention from Public Documents. It means that document received a stamp, a seal. It is called apostille or apostille. Okay, very easy to get it. For Canadians, it's more complicated because they have to follow a path different than those countries that they are part of the Hague Convention. So they have to authenticate their documents in Global Affairs Canada, which is the equivalent of the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Canada. And then they have to legalize in a Nicaraguan consulate. Nowadays, most of the people are doing in the Nicaraguan consulate in Ottawa, which is very well. It's very good. Those documents will be also have to be also translated in Canada before the apostille. There are some people who are or were born in East European countries or in Asia, and then they legalize in another country, for example, in Canada. So they have to bring from their country the birth certificate. It doesn't matter if they were legalized or they get citizenship in that country. They always have to bring the birth certificate from
Right.
the country that they were born.
Okay. So, well,
Pension
first
letter,
we
for
have.
example, I'm sorry.
Oh, continue.
So pension letter is very easy because the pension letter is a document that the retiree receives every year. So that letter from the Social Security Administration, for example, in the United States, that letter, okay, have to be apostille, and that will be valid in Nicaragua. There are some people who are already in Nicaragua, so they have the option to go to the American embassy. They have to do an appointment, go to the American embassy, and the American embassy will stamp that social security letter, okay, to confirm that it is an official document from the United States government, and Nicaragua will accept it too.
Okay. So first we have customers or expats had first to choose what type of residency they want, or they are able to apply, because you can will prefer like the retiree because you have some exemption, but because some requirement you cannot apply, like the age, or you don't receive a retiree, you don't have a retiree letter, or you don't have a business that generate you some incomes. So first is to know what type of residencies we have, and if you can get all the. Then second is to know if you can get all the documents. So as I am seeing, maybe the process or choosing the residency or obtaining the document is not the challenge. The challenge is the country you are coming from. Perhaps, sometimes we have some more, or before there were people that were coming from United States, so the process for them is easier than other people that are coming from other countries like Australia or Canada or East Europe, something like that. So I'm thinking that maybe the challenge is the country you are coming from.
No, no, exactly. The challenge is to qualify. Okay,
Okay.
is to qualify according what the law states. For example, to qualify as a retiree, the person have to be more than 40. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example. There is a person who has investments in any country. You have to be abroad. Okay, and that investment produce this person $2,000 to $3,000 per month. Okay, so it doesn't matter where the investment is located. It doesn't matter from where this person is coming from. Okay, but you have to be more than 45 years, and it have to be more than $1,250 per month for the next 5 years. That is
Okay.
very important. Okay, there is an exemption, and it is important to tell you and that everybody knows that there is an exemption, and the exemption is for those who have had clients who were soldiers, okay, and they are retired, receive a pension from disability. It could be 20, I'm sorry, 23, 25, 30 years old, and this person is receiving a pension for disability. So that will be able, that will give the opportunity to apply as a retiree. It doesn't matter he is
Okay.
not 45 or she. Okay? So the most
Okay.
important is to qualify. Okay, for business people or for foreign investor, okay, they have to form a corporation in Nicaragua, run a business, get a tax ID for the corporation, what we call RUC, and prepare all the documentation and proves that they invested more than $30,000. It could be in a farm, it could be in a hotel, in a restaurant, it could be in several areas, but this person or the corporation actually have to prove that they are investing more than $30,000. For example, there are some people who invested in solar panels and they are selling the solar panels. Okay, the government will inspect that corporation. They will check that they really have that investment. A CPA have to certify that. That is a public accountant certified who have to certify that that corporation invested more than $30,000. Okay.
Okay. And you have a like a period for demonstrate that you invest the 30K, or no?
No, no, only when you take the decision to apply.
No, my question is just okay. I will apply to for investor, and I have to prove that I will invest $30,000. So the government has like a period of time that will give me in order that I can show that it will it, or I have to show that all the proof that I invest in the 30K in order that they give me the residency, or they give me the residency and then I can show all the
No,
proofs
no, no,
that.
no, no. The first step when a person is going to apply as a foreign investors is that we have to submit the application to the economy ministry of Nicaragua. Okay, so they are going to give a period of time to submit the documentation and prove that investment and provide the CPA certificate. Okay,
Okay.
there is there is something that I would like to say, and it's very important, and it's a very common question, um, a frequent question. This that when somebody invests in a corporation and run a business, we the person who is going is the corporation because the government consider corporation as it's not as an individual, as a what we said in Spanish persona jurídica. So the corporation, the entity which is going to receive the endorsement from the economy ministry is the corporation. So
Mhm.
all the members of the corporation and their families will be able to apply for residency. Okay, so if a couple comes and run a business, form a corporation, and they have two kids, okay, that a endorsement from the economy ministry will cover the whole family.
Okay. So the kids and the wife has to, or the husband has to needs to appear in when you are making the legalization of the corporation and a document, with different um, percentage of ownership of the society.
I'm sorry, Marjorie. The same. The communication is
It's
not the
broken.
best.
Okay. My question is that when you are making a corporation, you have like partners with different percentage. So the kids and the wife has to have different percentage and be part of the society or the corporation.
Okay. To apply, you have to be shareholder. Exactly. You have to be
Okay.
partner of the corporation. Okay. But the families are. It's not necessary to be part of the corporation. So we will declare that they are the families and will provide the
Mhm.
birth certificate, the marriage license. Okay, if the spouse is applying as a dependent, etc.
And this only apply for wife and kids, and will apply also for a mother. I mean, my mother. If I am applying for investor, or my mother, my father, or only my husband and my kids.
Your kids and your spouse. If my advice would be that if your father and your mother are coming and they are not retirees or they don't have the pension that the government requests, okay, to apply as a retirees, okay, so we can include it as a member of the corporation. So we can
Okay.
they can be member and they can be shareholder. It doesn't matter if he also or if this person only have one share. Okay, he will be. Hello.
Yeah, I get broken a little bit, but
Okay.
well, now what I'm seeing is that sometimes people see a lot of challenge, but really there are no challenge, but lack of knowledge or lack of information. If you are in the correct hands, like your hands or my hands, people will experiment this process easier than if they are doing it by themselves. So in this case, our suggestion is like look for someone who knows about residency process and accompanying you in all the process. Because sometimes things could be look like hard or difficult or challenge, but it will be because you don't have all the information. And that's why we are like doing these videos and inviting experts to share this valued information in order that our community and um, make a like a good or advice decision. If they are deciding or thinking to stay in Nicaragua or Costa Rica or Panama or all the country we have operations, they have information and they made a decision based on information. So thank you very much, Paul, for this value information. um, this is your information is like passing by here. So people, if you are interested to know more about Paul Tiffer, you can contact him directly to the information we are putting there. Also, you can ask in the comments and we will send you the information of Paul Tiffer. Thank you very much, Paul, for sharing this value information. Something that you can add, want to add?
Maybe I would like to ask you to include in this important information that you are presenting here my email
Yeah.
address.
Okay, sure. I will add your address, your email address. Yes.
Remember, it's PTIFFER at tifferlawfirm.com.
Yes, here is. So,
Perfect.
what's yes, we already have this information here. So, if you want also more information, you can ask in the comment, and we can send all the information for Peltifer. Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much for joining us, and
Pleasure.
see you next time.
Bye bye.